So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you a few of the tools available with Toon Doo and how to use it. Obviously, you'll need to know these skills when you make your actual comic, but you also need to use these skills to showcase what the software can do as part of your LO1 work, where you've got to explain why you chose this software. So to begin with, we need to get logged in, so you need to have a user account, and that should be explained in the worksheet you've picked up. We need to go to Tools. We need to do something called Toon Doo Maker. Okay. So in Toon Doo Maker, one of the first things you have available is a layout manager. So each Toon Doo is set to a particular layout, and what we're going to do with each of your Toon Doos later on is copy them over into a bigger document in Google Drive, and you can then start compiling an actual comic book. So if I, for example, choose this layout, remember you need to explain that that's an advantage to a comic book maker, and the real advantage of that is you can actually set up your comic strip in lots of interesting ways. So this is the main editor. Okay, so the first thing I want you to draw your attention to is on the left hand side you can insert characters um, for a range of different kind of purposes. So if I go through unusuals, let's have a look. We'll add a pizza in. You just drag and drop it in. Now what's great about your little characters is you can give them different emotions. So you see this button down the bottom here, they come with preset emotions. So when you click on it, their emotions change. That's really important for telling a comic story. Okay, for example, we have that one of the pizza there, and then further on, the pizza's getting angry. And then we'll make this a little bit smaller. Okay, you can just click on shrink, and you can position your character. I'm going to change the posture. Okay, so there you go, how to actually add a character in and how to give them different postures and different emotions. So it's really great. These preset characters already come with all these things. Okay, if you want to actually make your own character, because you will need to do this, you can't just use the preset ones in the software. You need to, as a part of a GCSE project, we'd expect that you're creating your own characters. You can use this tool called Trait R at the bottom. And what that allows you to do is create a person from scratch. And we can zoom out a little bit to see what they look like. Okay. We could give them different outfits. Okay. Give them different types of hair. There's a whole load of stuff you can use. Okay. You can go to the face and different noses. Okay, we've got lots of different noses. Okay, you can do different eyes. So, etc., etc. Alright, you can even look at the postures they make. You can tilt the heads. Bit weird looking, but you know, you can do that. We'll increase the height of the character. We can do. Some of them it doesn't really work with. Okay, so we've got the eyes. Sad faces. And when you click on these things, you can actually choose different mouths. So you get, I think it's 6 expressions and a whole range of different postures. Okay, so once you've named your traitor, call this one random, you've got that ready to use in your project. You should save your traitor as something else. Quite weird calling it a traitor, but that's what they actually call it. Right, so we'll go back to here, and we should go to my gallery. So you go back to the main editing bit, go to my traitors. And we can now add our character in. You can have hours of fun actually developing a character, so there should be quite a lot going on there. Go into here, and I'm going to make my trader smaller. Let's get rid of that. Sorry, that's it. And then we'll minimize. So when you click on them, you still will get editing options for that individual. And I'm assuming you can do the same. No, you can't with the pre-made ones. Whereas so far, you can make your own characters. You can use pre-made ones. We can also add a range of interesting backgrounds. So scenery. Add a little woodland in here. And again, we can make that a little bit smaller. Position it a bit. Let's put our characters here. Pizza's being bullied by my character. Pizza gets angry. Obviously, we're going to make the background a lot smaller. A bit bigger, maybe. I don't know, randomly the scene's going to change. And then the next thing you can do, which is really useful, is you can add speech bubbles. Right, we can use quite cool cartoony style ones. Can we click on this and we can move that around? There you go. And the character I developed. Right, and again with this I can make it smaller. I want to finish my pizza. So we can add some speech marks. We can also add labels. With that label there, change the colour of it. Hang on, that's the background, isn't it? Oh dear. Oh well. So should be some way of changing the colour. Tools. No, can't change the colour of that. But you can add a label in. So this starts looking like a realistic comic book. Okay, we can add random props in as well. So you've got all sorts of stuff. Speech bubbles, brushmen. These are people's own developments. We've also got special. We've got Christmas. I mean, not really going to use these in an advert for a pair of trainers, which is what the brief of your project is. Open clip art, you can get some things in there as well. You put sports, let's have a look. Have we got any trainers here? This appears to be music, mostly. Which isn't really sporty, but there you go. Finally, you can upload, which is where we're going to go for with my gallery. So in the news, my images, my traders. Right, so I'm going to my images. I already uploaded a trainer before. I found a picture of a trainer online. And again, make that smaller by clicking on that. It's a little bit too small now, I'm going to make it bigger. Okay. So how we add that, we go to Imaginaire at the top. You can type the location of an image off Google Images, or you can upload one from your computer. It's probably the better option to go for. It needs to be a file with .png. Okay, so .png on the end. So when you search for things on Google, try and find for .png. That's how I got this file here with the image of the shoe. Okay, so you've pretty much got everything you need to make this a workable comic strip. And finally, once you've got your layout the way you want it, where do we go now? We want to export it, don't we? Is it here? Nope. Pizza in the woods. Quick pizza. Okay. Save this. Pizza in the woods. And the beauty of it is you can publish this. Print Toon, which is great. And you can actually save this. Oh, it's not very good, is it? We can go to the actual one, so we can go to the page. We'll leave this now, and it should load up your actual toon. The great thing about this is you don't have too much in the way of copyright and watermarks and things like that on it. If we go here and we go to save this Toon Doo to your computer, it will automatically export it as a PNG for you. I'm going to save it anywhere for now. So you should save it somewhere particular. Okay. You can open that up. And there's your toon. Well, and all you need to do then is just copy and paste this into another document, and you can put the rest of your layouts in there, so you can start building up a comic strip with all these different layouts. So that's from start to finish. Really straightforward tool, really fun to use. You need to now produce a guide on all these fabulous tools and features and explain why you would use this software, giving these as examples. And it's fine for you to actually start creating a little mini cartoon strip just to show exactly how all these tools work.